Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Claire, and today I thought for the Vlogmas video that I did that I would go through this dream journal that I got. This is actually from the dollar store. It was $4.50 Canadian. And this was a really cute journal. I went through this in like a mini haul that I did, and I'll add that in the cards above. But essentially it's just a really cute little dreams journal, and not like sleeping dreams, but actually life dreams. So I'm going to kind of walk through this and just show you what it has inside. Alright, so here we have the dream journal, and it says don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. So that's really beautiful. And so here it says this journal belongs to, and I know it's a little bit hard to see because it is in white, but I'm just gonna write my name. Definitely a bit of a shaky C. And I'm gonna put my last name as well. Alright. And so heading into this journal, basically it says, imagine a world with no limits. What would you do, see, create, or become? Inspiration is all around you. Delve into your imagination and let your dreams flow onto these pages without hesitation. Create a list to inspire, discover the world, explore your soul, and dream without inhibition. So definitely kind of motivational. In terms of contents here, so it goes through how to use a journal, passions and purpose, your dreaming vision board. So it's kind of cool to do a vision board here, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of a series on vision boards, so stay tuned for that, but I'm really excited to get that going. I'm basically going to do like, how do you get your inspiration images for the vision board? How do you create a vision board? How do you do one potentially on Canva, Pinterest, and how do you do a real like physical one? Your list of 101 dreams, so just going through and doing a huge kind of dream brain dump by the sounds of it. Your dreams for the next year, your dreams for the next 3 years, the next 5 years, and then 10 years and beyond. So I just thought this was kind of a cool thing to just go through and really get set and get excited for going into 2025. So life is ours to be spent, not to be saved. And I think that is a beautiful quote. Just a reminder to actually use the time that you have rather than kind of playing it safe. So in terms of how to use this journal, so it's here to help you dream about all the things you would love to experience in your lifetime. Dreaming is the first step to achieving 100%. Recording your dreams is the first step towards making those dreams come true. Use the beginning exercises to get inspired. Understand what you're passionate about and what gives your life a feeling of purpose. Purpose is super important. This will help you when you begin exploring your dreams. Create a beautiful vision board to draw inspiration from during your dreaming adventure, and take a moment to think about all areas of your life. So then it's looking at dreams for different areas. So your health, relationships, personal development, and career. Spend some time in a place you love and use this dreams index to write as many dreams as you can. And essentially just like, don't question yourself, just write what comes from your heart. You can continue to add to your dreams index whenever inspiration strikes. And in the meantime, begin sorting the wonderful dreams into the following tabs depending how long they might take and where you are in life right now. The journal is a space for you to dream without limitations. It's a work in progress. You can edit, change, and add to it whenever you like. Your dreams aren't set in stone. They are there to inspire you daily. Continue recording dreams each year and start living a life where you can look forward to them coming true. And I think that's so important. Dreams really are ever changing, and they're going to evolve as you evolve as a person and as you move through new kind of chapters in your life. So passion and purpose. Passion in your life brings a sense of purpose and meaning to your everyday. Whatever you're passionate about will help you to understand your values in life. If you know what brings you excitement and meaning, you can choose to experience more of it. Your passions and the things that you give and the things that give you a feeling of purpose will help when jotting down your dreams in the dreams index. So think about your life, then answer the questions and brainstorm some ideas below. You can look back on your answers if you need some inspiration when recording your dreams. So I don't know if you have this book. If anyone has it, definitely I would say go through the book with me. But I think it would be fun, like as you're watching the video, to actually go through and think about some of these questions, and even just on paper or in your own journal, think about them as you go through them. So what are you passionate about and what gives your life meaning? I'm not going to go through and write the whole thing right now, but I'll kind of speak to that. So in terms of what I'm passionate about, I really love learning new things. I love taking courses and being able to understand more about how things work. And I also find that doing that really helps with my confidence and helps me get over like the imposter syndrome that I definitely do feel a lot. And then in terms of other things I'm passionate about, I would really love to do more working with animals. So my dream has always kind of been to own a hobby farm or a small piece of land and be able to have a sanctuary, kind of probably starting with cats and then expanding beyond that, and potentially having somewhere that's like a hobby farm and I'm able to have stables and have maybe like horses or donkeys or different farm animals that I'm able to provide kind of a refuge to as well. What gives your life meaning? So I think in terms of meaning in life, this is really like your purpose. So what are you doing in life that you feel like gives you a purpose? And for me, something that I'm really passionate about and feel a strong sense of purpose about is actually prioritizing my dream of having a business. That business is primarily a planner and stationery line, but also going through and creating kind of other products and expanding beyond that and doing the coaching and everything just to help others with accomplishing their dreams is something that I am quickly learning that I'm passionate about. But definitely planners, stationery, all of that I love. And being able to get my business to a place where I'm able to transform my digital products that I have on Etsy and my website into actual physical products and have like that physical planner and the different items that people could be using, kind of similar to this book. So your imagination is your preview to life's coming attractions. I think that's really important when we think of the law of attraction. If you can't imagine it, it's going to be really hard to achieve it. And if you can imagine it, it means that it likely is possible. Otherwise, you probably couldn't imagine it. So if you can imagine it, then allow yourself to believe that it's possible and to work towards achieving that dream. So your dreaming vision board. So using the following blank canvas to write, draw, paint, or stick in pictures of anything that inspires you to dream. Look back on this inspiring vision board whenever you need a little reminder of your dreams. Start a vision board at home or in your workspace for daily inspiration. Hang it somewhere you'll pass by every day and be inspired. So I actually do a vision board every year. This year, because I wound up moving back home to Canada in March, and then I was laid off from my job in June, I wound up actually doing a vision board mid-year, just with all of the turbulence in my life. So I have a vision board hanging up in my room, and my plan is to create a new one for 2025. But this is just a space here where in this actual book you could create a vision board. So this would be cutting out the pictures, drawing, painting, using art. I really like getting like old magazines and cutting out different magazine pictures and kind of just sticking them in. You can cut out keywords and combine the words to make kind of little phrases and things like that. But this is just a beautiful space to be able to do that. In terms of your list of 101 dreams, so this is take a moment to yourself somewhere where you won't be distracted. Use the dreams index on the following pages to record all the dreams you have, big and small. Right, whatever comes to mind. So it's basically like dream without judgment of what you're thinking. Don't think about how are you going to do it. Is it possible? Is it attainable? Just think about like if you could have anything in the world, what would you want? And then it says here you will have both short and long-term dreams. That's just natural. Things that might happen, in 2025. Whereas if you do a vision board, usually I'll do a vision board not limited to the year, but just what am I focusing on for the year in terms of goals, long and short term. Don't be afraid to share your dreams with loved ones. So involving others, you're opening yourself up to their help and support, placing you in a better position to achieve your dreams. So something I actually did with my family is I started to get people to do vision boards with me, kind of when we did the New Year's, and now my sister's family does them every year. I haven't been home for New Year's for 6 years, but every year they all kind of gather around the kitchen table and create a vision board, and it's part of their New Year's celebration. So it's just really fun to think of how sharing your dreams and what you're doing can actually inspire a ripple effect. The journal is your workbook. Your dreams might change as your life progresses. This journal is a space to keep growing with them. And a great value in resetting your dreams each year. So yeah, just going through and seeing, do your dreams still resonate with you? If they do, you know, leave them and refocus on them. And if they don't, maybe shift your focus to something that's more in alignment with what you're wanting in life now. What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? This is a really famous quote. So if you couldn't fail, what would you do? And really go all in on trying to accomplish that. So this here is just essentially like a brain dump of writing all your dreams. So write all your dreams until you get to 101, which is here. And then what you're able to do, it looks like, is once you have your full index, it doesn't have to be full, but once you have your index, you can say, okay, this is going to be a 1 year. And this is your dream. And so within the 1 year, you get quite a few dreams. I'm just going to see how many it gives you. 25. So you get 25 spots for the 1 year. For 3 years, I'm assuming it's probably going to be 25 as well. 15. Yeah, so 25 for 3 year. 5 year, I'm assuming, will be 25 as well. And the thing that's beautiful about this book is you get a spot to put like your index of all of your dreams, but then you can go in more in depth, and this would be a really powerful like visualization exercise. So you could do affirmations that are in alignment with you accomplishing this goal. You could do a visualization where you're like, okay, if your dream is to own a house, what does your house look like? Where is it located? What are the features that it has? When will you have it by? What do you feel like when you have it? Like really go into all of your senses and create like a full description of you having accomplished that goal and how it would feel. And then again, you get for the 10-year section, I'm just going to confirm, 26 goals for 10 years. And that's because there's 101 goals. So I guess I give you one extra here, a little quote here, and then it's just notes. So the notes could be cool for potentially as you're working towards goals, noting your progress. You could also, within this section, so maybe part of it you do like your visualization manifestation work, maybe part of it you do actual steps, tangible steps that you can take and work through to accomplish the goal, and checking them off and updates as you go. So however you want to use this space, it could be quite diverse. Maybe for some dreams you do like a full manifestation kind of explanation here where you go through your visualization. Maybe some of them it's really just a step-by-step, this is what you do. And maybe some of them it's a combination, and maybe some of them it's just like a progress update. So this is where you're at. You check in every week or every month or every year, and that is the full book. So this is a really beautiful book. I'm really excited to dive into it and start to fill in some of my dreams and my goals. I find it's easier to think through and write kind of these types of things without filming. Just because I feel like it's quite a personal exercise when you're going through it. But in terms of what's in this book, I think this is a really beautiful book, especially for the price point. And really, I'm shocked that it was in the dollar store. And I'm really excited to do the vision board. So what I'm going to do is plan out my vision board. And I will film me going through and like getting inspiration of how I do my vision board and what my process is with it. I do a more creative vision board. So usually I'll flip through a magazine, see what sparks my interest, and just really go from there. So generally I'll do my vision board and I'll do kind of my goal setting, and they're kind of separate but kind of combined just because it's my own desires and wants and what I'm aiming for. So I'm going to actually do a full poster board, but I think once I go through these exercises and I get some of my dreams and my passion and my purpose written out, then I will be in a position to create this vision board. So yes, really excited for this book. I'm really excited to dive into it and fill it in. And I would love to know if you're going to go through some of these exercises yourself, just like in your own planner, if you have this book. Like, what are some of your goals and dreams for 2025? I can say that some of mine just off the bat. I really want to be in a position to be able to buy a home within 2025. Since I moved back to Canada, my plan originally was to save up and buy a home pretty quickly. But then I was laid off a couple months after I got here, and because I had just relocated back to Canada, I wasn't eligible for unemployment. So it just kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works, so to speak. So one of my goals would be to, and actually I can just write that down while I'm kind of thinking through it. So it would be to own a home. And I'm still deciding what that looks like. If this is like my dream of having a hobby farm and having land where I might need to go somewhere like a little more rural than the Lower Mainland. It could be something also where I just kind of get something that's like a townhouse or something smaller and start my journey of progressing towards kind of what my dream is. But owning a home, that's a big one for me because I have 5 animals. I'm kind of stuck here staying with family until I am able to own a home, unless I get really lucky and find somewhere that will rent to me with all of my animals. But I really don't want to have to rehome any of them. So owning a home is really one of my biggest dreams for 2025 because a lot of my stability will come from there. I think another one would be to do my business full time. And this essentially means that I'm making enough from my business to be able to do it full time without having to supplement my income anywhere else. And then obviously if I have the capacity of doing it full time, I can grow it a lot more quickly. I want to get more physically healthy. So this will be diet, exercise, just looking after myself, moving my body more, doing more stretching, all of that kind of stuff. I want to finish my bachelor's degree. That should be done this year. And I want to get my MBA, which I'm planning on doing after my bachelor's. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I can just think of kind of while I'm filming. But these are really my big ones. I want to write a book. And right now, I'm kind of thinking the book I want to write is related to my Overcome the Overwhelm course. So basically I have 6 steps of overcoming the overwhelm and your own mental blocks to accomplish your goals. Obviously, when you have a ton of things you're working through, you're not going to, like, it's not a magic wand where you're gonna, magically have no blocks to work through, but it's essentially what are the small daily rituals that you can implement to overcome your goals and accomplish specific goals that you have. And it's not necessarily going to be like a really quick fix, but it's really as with all kind of health and wellness journeys and any big goals you have, it's that consistency to get you to where you want to be. So I wanted to write a book like walking through those 6 steps of that system that I have. I would also love to like write a novel potentially. So just get more into writing and being creative. So I would love to write a novel, whether that's something just for myself, or whether that's something that I would go to publish. That's to be determined, but I would just really love to write a novel and just get more into writing. And if I do write a nonfiction book, I would also love to like be a published Hay House author. And this would be like for my books and my card decks. Books and cards, because I do have some card decks that I've created that are essentially like affirmation and prompt cards that you pull. And so this is kind of where I'm starting. So where I'm at right now, I really am in a transitory state in my life, but these are some of the things that just I would love to get done. I mean, I could go as small as like, you know, create my daily rituals course, create my journaling course, or create X courses and get those launched. And really kind of go from there. I really want to go to Australia, and I really want to go to New Zealand. And I know they're close compared to how far they are away from everything else, but you know, New Zealand's a decent flight from Australia, so whether I would do them both in the same trip would be ideal, but that would also have to be like a really long trip. But those are my two top places that I haven't been, that I've always really wanted to go. And so yeah, this is kind of where I'm at right now, just to get a start on it. And then I'm wondering, with the so the funny thing is, what I was looking at is for the dreams, so like they're numbered up to 101, and what I was thinking these boxes for, I was trying to figure out if they were check boxes just to check when they're done, or if they're boxes like, okay, this is dream 1 and it's on page X. But as I'm looking here, like there's no page numbers. And each of these sections have dreams like 1 through 25 or through 26, depending on them. So I was just kind of wondering, like, if I were to say, okay, oh, my own home, that's on page X. Okay, this is where I'm going to look, and that's where I'm going to write all of my stuff about that. But it's not really broken up in that way. I mean, it could be like I could go through and number the page, but I would have loved if they had numbered the page for me. And then I could go through and just write like what page number's in, and ideally have like a bit of a bigger box with that. But regardless, that's a very, very small critique. Really not the end of the world, but I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll number the pages and then write what page number's in so that I can see here. Maybe have the page to the right of the check mark, and then still use the check mark like functionally as it's complete. But yeah, really excited about this. I would love to know your thoughts on if you're going to be doing something similar going into your 2025 goal setting. And I hope you all have a beautiful day.